Hello there, future teacher, and welcome to this Fluency Instruction and Assessment Rica Test Prep lesson. We're going to be covering Competency 9 with 10 questions. We're going to be completing a quiz, and we're going to scroll past this video study guide and straight to the quiz. All right, so remember when preparing for Competency 9 or Fluency Instruction and Assessment for your upcoming Rica test, you need to have a firm grasp for differentiating instruction regarding fluency for your English language learners, your struggling readers, as well as your advanced learners. We're going to be talking about different instructional strategies, and we're going to be checking your readiness for test day. So without further ado, let's click this Start Exam button. We've got 10 minutes, 10 questions to help you get totally prepared for your exam. All right, let's go ahead and start with question number 1. But before we do, remember that if you need to make passing simple, because Rica Test is hard. About 64% of people, only 64% of people pass on their first attempt. It's like a flip of the coin. A lot of people fail this exam, and if you want to make passing simple, just click that link in the description or go to ricatest.com to get instant access to all of our preparation materials. Question number 1, let's start this off. What is the primary purpose of monitored oral reading as an instructional strategy? I'll be reading the questions. I'll give you some time to read answer options A, B, C, or D, and then we will identify the correct solution together. So this question is all about monitored oral reading. Take a moment there and find the best response. Here we go. Remember the monitored oral reading? This is an instructional strategy that focuses on developing the most important aspects of reading fluency. Remember, reading fluency has 3 key indicators: accuracy, rate, and prosody. Prosody is how you read. It's your intonation, including your tone. And so for that reason, we're going to go ahead and select option C to develop all components of fluency. Let's go to question number 2. Which strategy is effective for building prosody in students? Take a moment to read the answer option. All right, so phrase-cued reading helps students move beyond word-by-word reading to recognize and read phrases with appropriate expression and thereby building their prosody. In case you aren't yet enrolled into our Rica test, I remember making this video. Now, of course, it's in the study guide as well, but in the video, I remember making the slide, and it literally shows what phrase-cued reading is. And in case you aren't familiar with that, just make sure to watch this video. It lays out everything that you need to know. Let's go ahead and click option B and go on to question number 3. Here we go. How should fluency instruction be differentiated for English learners? For our English language learners, recall that echo reading is extremely beneficial for our ELLs as it helps them learn the patterns and the rhymes of our English language through echoing what the teacher reads. So the teacher will read a sentence, and then the student will follow along by echoing, and that's called echo reading, a really important instructional strategy and great for helping with fluency instruction. Here we go. Question number 4. This one reads, what is the role of teacher feedback in monitored oral reading? This is the second question about monitored oral reading. It is that important for your upcoming Rica test. Take a moment here, read the answer options, and select the one that you think is the best. So teacher feedback in monitored oral reading involves modeling fluent reading and responding specifically to challenges faced by the student. Think about difficulties faced by a student, with specific words or pronunciation. And in this case, option D here, to model fluent reading in order to address those individual challenges, will be the best solution. Let's go on to question number 5. This reads, which method is recommended for assessing the fluency component of prosody. Now, assessing prosody involves listening to a student. Remember, prosody is the intonation or the tone at which someone reads. And so what we're going to want to do is use oral reading to evaluate their pitch, their pronunciation, and make sure that they are reading with the periods and, all of the commas, the punctuation. So I see informal assessment using oral reading. That's going to be the best answer. Great job so far. If you're finding this video valuable and helpful, please make sure to click that thumbs up button. We appreciate it. Going on to question number 6, why is repeated reading of the same text beneficial for fluency development? All right, so repeated reading helps our students build more fluency with familiarizing them with the text. So what they can do is they can read, and then they can read again. And when they read again, they improve their speed and their accuracy. Remember, it's not all about reading fast. Sometimes I remember my own students would just start to read really fast. And it's like, actually, it's not the faster the better. It's also not the slower the better. We just want a natural tone, okay? So I see option C. It builds reading accuracy and speed through familiarity, and that's going to be the solution that we want. Moving on to question number 7. This reads, what type of reading material is most suitable for developing fluency in young readers? Take a moment to read answer option A, B, C, and D. All right, so in order to develop fluency for our students, what type of reading material is really valuable, really helpful? That's going to be decodable texts. And these make sure that they align with the student's reading independent level, and that you can find one that's ideal for the young learner that you are helping. So match it with the eye-to-eye principle. If you're unfamiliar with that, make sure to read the study guide. But here we go. Option B is going to be our best solution. Moving on to question 8. Which intervention is specifically designed to address issues with reading rate? All right, that's going to be options A. I almost said C, excuse me. Option A, whisper reading, because when we are doing whisper reading, we help our students improve their reading rate by having the student read softly to themselves while receiving personalized feedback. All right, moving on to question number 9. In assessing fluency, what does a timed reading specifically measure? Is it A, B, C, or D? Remember that timed readings are used to assess reading rate. Option B, in order to measure how many words a student can read in a given time frame. We've got 2 minutes and only one more question. You're doing great. Thanks so much for sticking around. Hope you find this helpful. Question number 10, our final question in this quiz reads, what is a key instructional focus when working with struggling readers to enhance fluency? Take a moment to read the options, find the one that you feel is most appropriate, and then we'll select the correct one together. All right, so we're talking specifically about our struggling readers. And for our struggling readers, a primary focus is improving accuracy by enhancing word identification skills, which directly contributes to helping improve their fluency skills. And that's what we're talking about all here is fluency, instruction, and assessment. The best answer option I see here would be option C. Let's go ahead and see how we did. Click that submit button. We got 10 out of 10. Appreciate you for sticking around. Make sure that you take this yourself. There's a difference between watching this and actually taking it yourself. You don't want to rob yourself of your learning. This is more passive learning. Even if you took the quiz with me, you actually want to do the clicking. So on test day, you have that experience of doing one question at a time, actually reading it. No one's going to read it for you. And you can go under the clock and make sure that you pass too. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in future videos. For all of our test prep, visit us at teacherpreps.com or just make it super simple and click the link in the description of this video.